Hola amigos, I'm back again with another Astro video. Today we're talking about Mars in the 4th house. And first off, I just want to say Mars represents action, movement, assertiveness, aggression, attraction, and physical activity. Alright, so Mars being in the 4th house, this is the house of home and family and your inner world. So Mars being here can cause quite a bit of tension in your home life and in your family. The family may be the ones who press your buttons the most, and they might also try to argue with you a lot. Also, Mars in the 4th house might also just be easily irritated by their family, that they will also argue with them a lot or more easily. Often Mars in the fourth house is exposed to violence and anger growing up, and at least one parent might have been very aggressive in the home, especially if it's in masculine energy because of Mars here. And usually Mars in the 4th house, they're really protective over their family and their home. They are usually the type to do anything for their family, honestly. And even though they may be this way, their family may not actually do the same for them, and might not be very good for them to be around. So you just gotta be careful with Mars here, because it does bring a lot of aggression into the home life. So another thing about Mars in the 4th house though as well is that they will be really protective over their family and defend their home and anything like that. They will protect and defend if they see that is what they need to do. They're not afraid to take action here. Mars in the 4th house can have a temper and easily provoked and triggered by family issues. Like these are the types that, like, what would really push their buttons is their family and their home life, and like whatever is going on in their inner life is really gonna take a lot of their attention and time, and they can easily get upset. So just be careful there. And Mars here in the 4th house also, it's important for the Mars in the 4th house to create a really peaceful home environment. They need that to come home to and just be surrounded by loved ones and people who actually support them and actually accept them as they are. And sometimes with Mars in the 4th house, that isn't the family that you're born into. Sometimes they actually need to get away from that family life and create their own, because sometimes with Mars in the 4th, they could have a really destructive family and home life. Mars in the 4th house will also be attracted to the chest area naturally, and when getting intimate with somebody, they might actually require a lot of trust and time to like really see you first before they jump into things with you, because it's important for them to have that like security and know that they're safe. And it's important for them to not take out their frustrations on their loved ones as well. With Mars in the 4th house here, they could easily like take out their aggression on their family loved ones without even realizing it. Just have their temper rise and feel irritated around certain people in their family. I need some tea real quick. Yeah, and so with Mars here, it's important for them to really take the time in building and crafting like a zen place for them to be in their home life. It's going to be so important for them to have this stability. And growing up, Mars in the 4th house, they may have actually been shamed for their emotions and taught to suppress them, especially by any masculine energy. And they may actually do this for a time in order to survive and feel safe in their family environment. But it's important for the Mars in the 4th to do the healing work and not repeat patterns of their past and ancestors, and address their emotions and address how they feel, and trust that that doesn't make you weak. You know, even anger, it's not bad to feel anger. That needs to be expressed in healthy ways, you know. So Mars in the 4th house, we usually have to learn this and learn how to control their temper as well. Mars in the 4th house needs independence from family also. It'll be really important, especially if the family life is toxic or unhealthy or controlling. Like, that's just not gonna it's just not gonna go well for Mars in the 4th house, because they also need to be in charge and lead with this placement in their home. So they're gonna naturally want to be in control of a lot of things, and so they might knock heads with certain family, you know. So Mars in the 4th house, they need to make their own decisions when it comes to their life, not letting their family make decisions for them. No, it's dangerous when you let that happen, especially for Mars in the 4th house. And that will also really piss them off if someone's trying to control them and tell them what to do, like especially a mother or father figure trying to control their life. Like, it's just not good. So Mars in the 4th house also, they need to make sure that they are not too attached in a way to people who aren't good for them in their family, because this can kind of happen too sometimes. So just be mindful of that. The really family-oriented people, they need to feel like they fit in their family environment. They need to feel safe, that stability, that security of the 4th house, you know. And Mars in the 4th house as well, they will have a lot of drive towards their home life, and they may want to make sure they secure power and security within those structures and control over their home as well. The type to want to build their own house somewhere, and they can definitely do it because there's so much energy here available to them from Mars in their house, in the 4th house. They have a lot of drive and a lot of power. And Mars in the 4th house, it's also important for them to take the time to really understand how they're feeling and learn to respond rather than react, because sometimes you can kind of have a temper here with Mars in the 4th, and it could be quite snappy and reactive, like very quickly, especially if someone pisses you off and in the family, in the home. And it's actually good for Mars in the 4th to kind of slow it down and take a step back and process what they're actually feeling and going through before they necessarily react. So respond, not react. And Mars in the 4th house, they can end up draining their own energy because of these impulsive arguments as well and disputes with people. And sometimes it's like the littlest things that can set them off too, and then they're spending so much of their energy trying to defend in a fight with that person, and sometimes it's just not worth it. So they need to know when to pick and choose their battles as well, and just learn healthy ways to express that anger without hurting themselves or hurting anybody else. And in some cases they might actually enjoy arguing without even realizing it. Like Mars in the 4th house can be really fiery debaters. Oh yeah, especially if you hit a nerve, especially if it's related to their family and their inner process. Like, they can get really defensive around these subjects and areas as well. And Mars in the 4th house, they usually have parents that have a huge influence on them. Sometimes the mother figure is just too meddling in their affairs and trying to control everything they're doing, and that can cause a lot of frustration. This can also be a similar placement to having Mars in Cancer, because the 4th house also rules that placement, so might have a little similarities here. And either way, Mars in the 4th house has so much power and leadership that they can bring into their home life. Like, the Mars in the 4th house will want to be the one in control most of the time, and they have the power to shift their lineage to a much better place. So say if Mars in the 4th house doesn't come from a loving, supportive, welcoming home, they have the power to go and create their own home that provides them all of their needs and for them to feel safe and calm. And sometimes that's exactly what Mars in the 4th house has to do. Yeah. So, hope you enjoy this video. I'll be back again with some more Astro vids. Have a wonderful day. Bye.